For most people, a renovation not only depletes the bank account, but your patience as well. The good news is that it doesn't have to be as stressful and exhausting as it sometimes is if you consider the following things. Firstly, as the old adage goes, knowledge is power. The more you ask, plan, and understand about what has to happen for your reno to cross the finish line, the more relaxed you'll feel throughout the process. Next, you need to be realistic about the timeline. You have to go into it knowing that the timeline is just a best guess and a budget, but it is crucial that you remove those rose-colored glasses ahead of time so that when there are some unforeseen delays, you take them in stride. If you haven't been through a renovation before, it is easy to be naive and assume that everything will and should go perfectly to plan. But trust me when I say, that is seldom the case. My suggestion is to assume that things will take 25% longer than everyone is saying they should. That way, you will already be mentally prepared for it, so you can hold off on reaching for that meat cleaver for now. Another way to help prepare yourself for your renovation is to set up a makeshift workspace in another area of the home. For example, if you're undertaking a kitchen reno, set up a mini kitchen away from the construction site. Make it as functional as you're able to in an attempt to minimize the stress of not being able to use your actual kitchen. Factor in things like eating out and takeout into your budget too, because that could be a key strategy to keeping things simple and as laid back as possible. Keep in mind, you're doing this to make your life better in the long run, so try not to lose sight of that. Another key element to reducing stress during a renovation is to work with people that you trust and feel comfortable with, and to remember that fact when the going gets tough. A lot of people have this fight response whenever things don't go exactly as they had planned, but you have to remind yourself that you chose these people to work with. You believe in them, and you have faith that they are on your side and are here to help. If you approach any challenge or complication with that attitude, I assure you, you will feel much more relaxed. Another key component to reducing stress is to make sure you leave room in the budget for contingencies. Do not spend every penny you have up front. Your goal should be to have a 10 to 15% incidental fund for surprises that may pop up. That way, you will not feel stretched too thinly should that situation creep up. All that happens when you haven't allowed for surprises is that you start to panic, place blame, and take out your frustrations on your contractor, even though he may just be the messenger, so don't shoot. And that's the lowdown on reducing stress during a renovation.